Hi, everyone, and welcome to your next fact of the day. So, quite a quick one today, but here we are. This is Britain, and up here is Scotland. There's Orkney and Shetland. This is how the Earth would look from down here. You can read that number. Have a go read that number. It is 6,000, there's your little comma for the thousand, 6,075 miles. So just over 6,000 miles. So we're well into space, which is pretty cool. Now, we're not looking at this part of the world. We are going to travel across this way to, you guessed it, pretty close to where we were yesterday. Do you remember what this smiley face is? What mountain range this is called? It's the highest mountain range in the world. It's the Himalayas. Well done if you said that. And in this little white part here is another smaller mountain range called the Karakoram, and it's got the second highest mountain in the world in it. Do you remember what that was called from the last fact of the day? Well done if you said K2. K2. Very cool mountain. One of the hardest and most dangerous mountains in the world. And in the news from the last fact of the day, we saw that 10 climbers from a country called Nepal climbed it for the first time ever in winter, something once thought impossible. And as I briefly showed you yesterday, Nepal is right here. So let's zoom in a little bit here. The computer is a little bit slow this morning, but we'll just have to make do. Now, here we are. So, there you go, Nepal. And you can see the country's outline here, and you can see that most of it is right on the Himalayas. In fact, Everest, which I think is about here or something, is right on the border. So part of Everest is in Nepal as well, which is pretty cool. So just a quick fact about Nepal. It's quite a random one, but it's pretty fun. Looking at flags. Now, looking at the shape of these flags, they're all the same. It's too easy a question to ask you geniuses what shape they are. They are, of course, rectangles, rectangular flags, and almost all the countries in the world have rectangular flags, apart from three. Now, two of them here are squares instead of rectangles. The one on the left here is for the smallest country in the world called Vatican City, which you will find pretty much in Rome, in Italy. That is the smallest country in the world. Its flag is square. And I wonder if you recognize this one. It's quite a famous one, quite well known. It is also square, and it is a country I've been very fortunate to visit because it is beautiful, and it is Switzerland. So that's two countries that's flags aren't rectangular. But I said there was one more, and it isn't even square. And it's the only country in the world that doesn't have a square or rectangular flag, and it is, you may have guessed, Nepal. And its flag looks like this. That's a pretty cool looking flag, I must say. And you might think, why on earth did they pick that shape? Well, if you were to turn it on its side, I guess it would kind of look like mountains, really tall mountains on its side. They had to put it on its side because obviously you'd have the mast here where the flag would attach to so it could flap about in the wind. So there's some sort of mountains on its side, if you like. And here's an actual picture of one flying in the wind. So a pretty cool flag, very unique, sort of one of a kind. Very, very cool. So let's have a few a look at a few pictures of Nepal itself, because it is a beautiful country and one that I am going to one day. Not that I would like to. I'm definitely going there one day, without a doubt. And here is some of the scenery from the Himalayas that you may see if you took a wee trek, if you had a a walk for probably take you a couple of weeks to get to that kind of viewpoint. But this is one of my favorite pictures that I found. I remember seeing this a long time ago, actually. And one day, I hope you can actually book trips to get guides to take you out to this viewpoint, because that mountain up there is Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world. I will never get to climb Mount Everest. I don't think I'd ever be able to afford it. It costs an absolute fortune, tens of thousands of pounds. But I'd like to see it still. I would love to be able to walk up here to this viewpoint. So you're still climbing pretty high. It's a long way, but more than doable and more than affordable. And you get these amazing views of Everest, which would be very cool. I will do that one day. It's going to happen. So that's some of the views you get. Here's some more. You get lots of these villages up in the mountains as well. Just stunning scenery. Stunning! And this arguably is even more stunning than the last picture. Just lovely. So, so nice. So there's the Himalayas in the background. Really nice. And there'll always be snow on the top because they're so high. And it's always cold up there. The higher you go, the colder it gets. So let's go on to the last one I think I've got is one of the major towns. Very, very, very cool place that I would love to visit, and maybe you will want to too after seeing these. So that's Nepal, a country on the Himalayas with a flag that is totally different to all the other countries in the world, which is pretty cool. And there you go, nice quick fact of the day for you. And I'll have another one ready for you tomorrow. All right, we'll speak to you soon.